Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 16 Foodie Catwoman's Doubts. I wish Yushu great. Catwoman glanced at the price. Damn, $50 a piece of fried rice, you might as well be a thief. Lin Mo smiled. The thief has no future. He only made 150 United States dollars in one night and lost more than 500 United States dollars. Catwoman is numb. Who is the connotation? She curled her lips, and waited until she belittled the fried rice with eggs to see what he would do. My mother wants you to not be able to get along in the night market. She was bored waiting, so she bought a grilled fish next to her, and waited while she ate. Lin Mo, cats really like to eat fish. At this time, beside the grilled fish stall next door, a child said sadly to his mother, "Mom, I have a sore throat." The child's mother saw. "Did you eat the fishbone?" The child seemed to be getting more and more uncomfortable. Many people watched and offered advice one after another. Drink some vinegar, maybe it will be fine. Take it off, maybe you can vomit it out. Eat some rice and swallow the fishbone. The little boy's mother tried everything, but it didn't work at all, and the little boy cried loudly. Catwoman is full of compassion, she said. Let's go to the hospital as soon as possible, but the fishbone is relatively small, and I think we need to use a throat tube, so bear with it, kid. Lin Mo put the pot away. Wait, I have a solution. Everyone looked over. Does this handsome boss still have unique skills? Lin Mo poured a glass of mineral water, faced north, and drew a few circles on the disposable cup. In fact, he drew a simple healing talisman with mental power. Okay, drink this glass of water and you'll be fine. Lin Mo hasn't used Zhu Yushu yet, and wants to see the effect. Victor. Catwoman was speechless. What the hell, your mineral water can cure diseases by drawing a circle. Are you lying to a ghost? Lin Mo shook his head. This is the ancient witch doctor technique of Sha Kingdom, you know fart. Catwoman. When I'm an old lady, I haven't read a book. You're just a glass of mineral water, and it's cleared up after swiping a few circles with your finger. She didn't believe it anyway. The child's mother is planning to try it. After all, the boss's eyes are clear and bright. The child took the water glass dubiously and drank it straight away. The corner of Catwoman's mouth twitched, and she will scold this magic stick later. Soon, the little boy touched his throat strangely, and said pleasantly, "Hey, Mom, the fishbone seems to have disappeared, I'm fine." Everyone was shocked. This handsome boss has something on him. The eyes of the boy's mother shine. "Boss, thank you, I'm a single mother, you saved my child, why don't you have a drink tonight?" Lin Mo, no need, I still want to set up a stall to sell egg fried rice. The netizens in the live broadcast burst out laughing. Big sister, someone helped your child, what else do you want? Brother Mo, Zhu Yushu is amazing. Mom won't worry about me being caught by fish anymore. I seem to have learned it, but why is it useless? Look at Catwoman's face, she looks incredible. Catwoman shook her head severely. Impossible, absolutely impossible. They must have been hired by you. Lin Mo shrugged. I'm sick. I set up a stall to sell fried rice with eggs. Do you still need me? People around also chimed in. You are a good-looking girl, but you speak so badly. That's right, the boss is so kind, so slanderous. Are you interested in the boss? You can't attract his attention like this. Catwoman pointed to herself, saying every word. I'm interested in him. She thought of her friends Poison Ivy and Firefly. They all have supernatural abilities, and they always have some weird abilities. Is this guy a mutant too? Lin Mo laughed. If you want to chase me, just tell me, why keep targeting me? Catwoman is numb. Asshole, my mother is naturally beautiful, do I need to chase after men? She became furious just thinking about it, and took a bite of the grilled fish. Cough cough. Unexpectedly, she was in a tragedy in an instant, a piece of grilled fish stuck in her throat. Cough cough. Cough, cough, give me the water just now. Apparently she already believed it. Catwoman had already bent down, obviously the grilled fish should have blocked her trachea. Lin Mo didn't pour water for Catwoman. Instead, he quickly came behind her, wrapped his arms around Catwoman's waist, and gave her Heimlich first aid. He clenched a fist with one hand, placed it above Catwoman's navel, and quickly hit Catwoman several times, causing the pressure in her chest to rise rapidly. Cough. Catwoman finally coughed up the grilled fish. She panted heavily, and found that Lin Mo was still firmly around her waist, and seemed to be pinching her. No fat, not bad. Let go of me. Lin Mo put Catwoman down. Okay, no thanks. Catwoman, why don't you use that Zhu Yushu? If you want to do this, deliberately take advantage of me. Lin Mo shook his head. It's too much to say that to me to save your life with good intentions. He walked to the stall and continued to scramble fried rice with eggs. It's hard for Catwoman to say anything, after all, she was indeed rescued. Although it was hard enough to be knocked down, Lin Mo's arm is very strong. Victor finally ate fried rice with eggs, and he burst into tears. Delicious, so delicious. He almost bit his own tongue. Catwoman pouted. Penguin's subordinates are all so worthless. A bowl of egg fried rice is so excited. Ding, player Lin Mo, you have gained 80 points of favor from Victor, and you have been rewarded with a purple skill, Taoist Fascination. Ecstasy. Including hypnotic ability and mind control, etc., the power is proportional to the caster's spiritual power. Lin Mo is also a little confused. A bowl of fried rice with eggs soared to 80. I really don't understand the world of foodies. But with ecstasy, hypnotic ability, asking confession and so on is much more convenient, and it is also a windfall. Chapter 17. Lin Mo smiled at Victor. Brother, I ordered this egg fried rice. Victor shook his head. No, I'm sorry if I don't pay for such delicious egg fried rice. Boss, I'll come back tomorrow. He paid 150 USD and left with 2 unorthodox men. Catwoman. It didn't take long for Lin Mo to fry Catwoman's share very quickly. Catwoman swallowed. In fact, she was about to cry, and kept holding back. After taking the egg fried rice handed by Lin Mo, I took a few bites, and my bright eyes became even brighter. I can't say enough about the baskets I prepared, it's so delicious. Catwoman almost burst into tears. What if she can't eat such delicious egg fried rice in the future? Ding, Catwoman Selena's favorability towards you has increased by 30 points. Close black lens bracket. Lin Mo is a foodie again. Catwoman snorted. Not bad, just barely strong. Lin Mo's smile is not a smile. Reluctantly, it seems that you are really hungry, and you have eaten all the fried rice with eggs. Catwoman. She raised her swan neck, gave Lin Mo a blank look, and turned to leave. Diners reminded. Boss, that beauty doesn't seem to have given me any money. Lin Mo waved his hand. She's my friend, it doesn't matter. Several question marks appeared in Catwoman's mind. How good is this scumbag? Unscientific. She immediately touched her pocket and screamed. Damn, is my mother's wallet. The last time I was obsessed with 8-pack abs, this time I was obsessed with food. Catwoman was secretly vigilant and fell. She turned her head and gave Lin Mo a hard look. It's you. You stole my wallet again. Lin Mo shrugged. Beauty, it's fine if you don't pay for your food, but you still accuse me of stealing your wallet, that's too much. People around are pointing. Catwoman gritted her teeth. Why can't everyone see through the essence of this thing? What's the situation? Jill pushed through the crowd and came over. Lin Mo pointed at Catwoman. Beautiful police detective, you came just in time. This girl eats a king's meal and wronged me for stealing her wallet. It's too difficult for me. Jill took a look at Catwoman and said mockingly. The mighty Gotham thief Catwoman actually fell. Haha, come back to the police station with me, the table is almost full of information about your crime. The corners of Catwoman's mouth twitched. I just remembered that I didn't bring my wallet today, I'll give it next time. She jumped back, and Jill chased after her. The two chased until the intersection, and Catwoman disappeared. The dejected Jill came back and looked at Lin Mo. Catwoman is crazy, and she also stayed in Arkham. If you mess with her, you will get annoyed in the future. Lin Mo laughed. Actually, she is the one who has been pestering me, and being handsome means suffering. Jill's numb. She pulls out 2 checks. A total of 15,000 United States dollars is the bounty for catching robbers and jokers today. It is 3 times my monthly salary. I want to be a bounty hunter. Lin Mo reached out to pick it up. Jill took it back. I'm working overtime to send you a check. Treat me to an egg fried rice, isn't it too much? Lin Mo laughed out loud. No wonder you gave it to me at this time. Well, who told you that you are my benefactor, and there will be opportunities for cooperation in the future? Jill ate an egg fried rice beautifully, but hesitated to speak. Lin Mo smiled. Beauty, It's late at night, if you eat another serving, won't you be afraid of gaining weight? Jill gave Lin Mo a blank look. I want you to be careful. I'm currently investigating a serial killer case. He has killed 11 people. Lin Mo, could it be that he is specifically targeting stall setters like me? Jill shook her head. Actually, this serial killer preys on pretty young women. It should be you who are worried. Jill bit her lip. This guy is nicknamed the Ogre. As long as the detective dares to investigate his affairs, he will attack the person the detective loves. So, even though he has killed more than a dozen people, he is not on the Gotham news at all. Lin Mo smiled. He took 2 steps closer and stared at Jill with a half smile. Beloved, oh, it looks like I'm lucky. Jill looked at the sky, a little pink appeared on her snow-white face. What are you thinking? The Gotham media forced me to be with you. I'm afraid that the ogre will misunderstand and come to harm you. Lin Mo took 2 steps closer, the two were very close. Aren't you afraid that I'll misunderstand you? Jill pushed him away and turned away. In short, you have to be careful and call me anytime. Lin Mo shouted. Just confessed. Don't go, go have a drink tonight. Jill walked even faster. Lin Mo whispered. Killing more than a dozen people, it should be a lot of points. Another hour passed. Lin Mo closes the stall and drives home on a tricycle, passing a dark alley. Whoosh, a whip shadow strikes. Lin Mo slammed on the brakes and ducked to avoid the oncoming whip. Catwoman has changed her equipment. Her body is hot enough to foul, but the whip in her hand is ruthless. Although she was wearing a blindfold, Lin Mo couldn't hide her eyes when she wanted to kill her. Lin Mo shrugged. You're not that ogre, are you, trying to kill Detective Jill's beloved? Catwoman snorted. Jill is blind, isn't she attracted to you? Give me back my wallet. Lin Mo smiled. Impossible, you are a Gotham thief, how could I have taken out your wallet? Chapter 18. Catwoman is completely on fire. Also, my mother wants you to look good. Catwoman kicked her right foot, and her long legs hit her instantly. She will beat Lin Mo violently tonight. Lin Mo jumped off the tricycle, stretched out his right hand, and grabbed Catwoman's ankle. Oh, this leg will definitely last for a few years. Catwoman blushed. Shameless and obscene. She slapped Lin Mo with both hands. Lin Mo grabbed her feet and stepped back, causing Catwoman to slap her. Oh, this flexibility, it really is a kitten. The appreciation in Lin Mo's eyes cannot be concealed. Catwoman was paralyzed, broke away from Lin Mo, resorted to the fighting technique she had learned all her life, and greeted Lin Mo frantically. Lin Mo cried out inwardly. He happened to have no one to practice Shingiquan, Jeet Kune Do and Tan Keg. Whoosh, Lin Mo was even faster, with a Jeet Kune Do move, hitting Catwoman's attacking wrist first, taking all her strength away. Catwoman was secretly surprised. This guy's fighting technique is very good, the most important thing is that his strength and speed are far superior to his own. Fighting technique is weaker than Batman, but physical quality is definitely higher. Catwoman made a review. The two fought back and forth for half an hour, and Lin Mo fighting technique was directly promoted to medium level. Lin Mo's eyes lit up. It seems that it is very good to have Catwoman as a sparring partner. There are a lot more bullet screens in the live broadcast room. Oh, it's so pleasing to watch beautiful women and handsome men fight. Catwoman's figure and appearance are really amazing. I'm hungry. That pure temperament and hot personality are top-notch. Young lady, use a whip to whip me. Little Wildcat is really spicy. When the two were fighting fiercely, the 3 gangsters from the U gang came over. Damn, we've been waiting for so long, so we're picking up girls. This girl is really nice. The 3 of them were actually quite startled. Lin Mo's fight seemed to be very powerful. They looked at each other, pulled out their guns, and pointed at Lin Mo. Boy, don't move. Catwoman also stopped, glanced at Lin Mo. Scumbag, you really have a lot of enemies. Lin Mo spread his hands. Everyone, why are you picking on me? Scarface said fiercely. Ghost knows how you offended the newest double bonus red stick in our gang, he wants to drive you out of Gotham. Lin Mo laughed. He should be a player from U country, seeing that he was a little better at playing, he wanted to kill him. Get me out of Gotham. That means I'm dead. Catwoman rests her forehead with her hand. Gotham, a place like this, what is there to miss? If you leave Gotham, you will die. Sick. Lin Mo smiled. Most of my feelings for Gotham come from you, or I always take out your wallet. Catwoman glared at Lin Mo fiercely. Listen to me, thank you. Lin Mo always feels that Catwoman's thanks are not very sincere. Scar's face is on fire. Shu and I dies quickly, it seems that you don't understand. Hook men and women. He pointed his pistol at Lin Mo. Catwoman smiled charmingly. There is a wronged person and a debtor, you can find him, I am just passing by. Lin Mo seems very sad. Husband and wife are birds in the same forest, and they will fly separately when disaster strikes. Selena, have you forgotten our vows? Catwoman, it's true that my mother hates her so much. You helped the three of them look at each other. The teeth are itchy, what do you want to bite? You are so wretched. Put this man in a sack, and the woman, hee, take it back. The two subordinates readily accepted that it would be worthwhile for them to lose 10 years of life if they could play with this top-quality girl in tight black clothes. Lin Mo glanced behind the three. Detective Jill, why are you here? The three of them turned their heads abruptly, only to find that there was no fart behind them. It's not easy to fall into the trap. Whoosh. Catwoman whipped one's pistol away with a whip, walked a few steps quickly, and kicked him unconscious. Lin Mo was even faster, knocking them down with one punch. It seems that we cooperate with each other tacitly, and we will cooperate more in the future. Catwoman rolled her eyes. You have so many enemies, it's unlucky for my mother to follow you. Lin Mo shrugged. After you've been in touch for a long time, you'll know that besides having many enemies, I have many other advantages, such as 8-pack abs, do you want to touch it again? Catwoman, scumbag. There has never been a more scumbag than you in Gotham. Lin Mo grabbed Scarface and slapped him awake. Speak out about your gang. Scarface is also very tough. HMPH, if you want to kill, kill it, stop talking nonsense. Lin Mo activated the Taoist enchantment, shouted loudly. Look at me, I want hypnotic ability for you. Catwoman was messed up and mocked. Your hypnotic ability technique is really good, and you told him in advance that he needs hypnotic ability. Too professional. Scarface's eyes gradually became confused, as if he had fallen into a sluggish state. Lin Mo asked, may I have your name? Ruan Hong. How long have you been in Gotham? It's been 8 years. 8 years and still a small boss. No future. Ruan Hong was very dull, everyone said I have no future, and my wife ran away. Catwoman was dumbfounded. Pervert, this guy always has some weird abilities. Lin Mo asked about Yubang again. It turns out that the Yu gang still sells drugs. Its home is in a freight warehouse in the southern district. He had an idea in his mind, revenge would not last overnight, since the contestants from Yu country wanted to deal with him, they would kill him with one shot. Lin Mo punched the three of them again, knocked them unconscious, and looked at Catwoman with a half smile. So, you are blocking me here, but you actually want to remind me. Chapter 19. Catwoman rolled her eyes and smiled charmingly. It must be. Your hypnotic ability technique seems to be okay, why don't you teach me? And that Zuyu technique, teach me. Mom won't worry about me getting fishbone anymore. Lin Mo shook his head. Your mental strength is not enough, it's useless to practice. Catwoman obviously didn't believe it. If you don't want to teach, just say it, I don't care about learning. Lin Mo rides a tricycle. Catwoman rode a cool motorcycle. Let's go, my sister will take you to destroy the Yu gang. Lin Mo laughed. I can't see that you are quite loyal. Catwoman gave him a blank look. It's so exciting to kill a gangster, what my sister plays is Heartbeat. Rumble. Catwoman kicked the accelerator and rushed out. Lin Mo had a hard time catching up on a small tricycle. There are a lot more bullet screens in the live broadcast room. I'll go. Catwoman's waist is against the sky, I want to ride her motorcycle. With such a girlfriend, I cannot go out for 3 months. Catwoman is quite loyal, aside from her looks and figure, I like her character. The will of the world, can you give me such a girlfriend? South Gotham, the home of the Yu gang. Li Chengji said to Ruan Wenwei. My lord, I have sent people to deal with that Lin Mo, 3 people are enough to kill him. Ruan Wenwei nodded. So Lin Mo buried himself on the beach at the beginning. I thought he was a fool. I didn't expect to catch Joker in a short period of time. If this continues, Shagwo will benefit a lot, and his own strength will become stronger and stronger. In this survival game, either you die or I die. Killing this Lin Mo in the cradle is the right answer. Li Chengji, one of the contestants, smiled and said. Brother, we sold a lot of pills today and got hundreds of points. Ruan Wenwei sighed. If it weren't for this broken game, I wouldn't want to be evil. Well, I will try to double the sales of the pills tomorrow. Netizens in the live broadcast cursed. How hypocritical. Sure enough, it's a place where monkeys gather. They look wretched and have a bad heart. My brother Mo will call the door soon. ... Outside the warehouse. Catwoman whispered outside. There are about 20 people inside. What are you going to do? Let's add up. Lin Mo nodded and kicked open the door. Ruan Wenwei, come out to me. Catwoman, you really have a strategy. I admire you. Fuck. A dozen or so people rushed out from the U gang. Seeing that it was a man and a woman, they all cursed at each other. FK, do you know where this is? You're looking for death. This chick is nice. Damn it, she's Catwoman. Be careful with your wallets, everyone. The corner of Catwoman's mouth twitched, looking down on someone. She doesn't even bother to make a move for such a poor haha. Lin Mo smiled. It seems that you have a bad reputation. He said to the people in the U gang. Ruan Wenwei is dead. Tell him to come out. I want to talk to him about the truth. A lean, middle-aged man stepped out. Lin Mo, I didn't expect you to dare throw yourself into a trap. Lin Mo laughed. What self-inflicted trap? I just want to persuade you. Stop selling drugs. How many people have been harmed? A few more bastards rushed out with short knives and rushed over. Fool, we don't sell drugs. Do we sell washing powder? Court death. Ruan Wenwei coughed. That woman stays. I want to interrogate her. Lin Mo let out a long sigh. Women are harmful. He rushed out suddenly, and with one punch, the guy who was cutting towards him was sent flying more than 10 meters away. Then, he took a sudden step forward, and swept his right leg forward with a whip kick. The air made a tearing sound. Boom. The other two screamed, were kicked out, and fainted on the ground. Everyone was shocked. So strong. Lin Mo didn't talk nonsense. He punched and kicked like a tiger into a herd of sheep. These gangsters were not his all-in-one enemy at all. They screamed and fell to the ground. Ruan Wenwei quickly drew out his gun and shot Lin Mo a few times. Bang, bang. Without any suspense, he became a master of human body strokes. Whoosh. Catwoman lashed out with a whip, knocking away the gun in Ruan Wenwei's hand, and knocking out Li Chengji's pistol. Lin Mo kicked Li Chengji unconscious with one kick, knocked out half of Ruan Wenwei's teeth with another slap, grabbed his head, and slammed it against the wall. Ruan Wenwei, whose face was covered in blood, smiled obsequiously. Brother, it's all a misunderstanding. Lin Mo kicked him again, breaking some of his ribs. Look at me. He began to perform enchantment. Where are your drugs? Under the warehouse floor at the back. Lin Mo nodded, took out his mobile phone and called Jill. Jill just took a shower and was going to sleep when she saw Lin Mo's phone call. Call me so late, what do you want? Lin Mo smiled. Your proposal is very good. Jill blushed instantly. Scumbag, say something quickly, or I'm going to die. I just influenced the gangsters of the U gang. They told me that there are 10 kilograms of drugs here. Do you want to come? Jill sat up instantly. Address, I'll be right there. After Lin Mo made the phone call, he found that Catwoman had disappeared. FK, I guess it's to steal drug funds. Lin Mo walked in and found that the remaining few people were knocked out on the ground. The safe was wide open, and there was no money in it. Catwoman really is Catwoman. I searched it all. I didn't leave anything at all. Catwoman at the moment has already run out of the back door with a sack of money on her back. She has a rather smug expression on her mouth. Small sample. I can't cure you yet. I'll enjoy the money by myself. A hoarse and low voice sounded. Catwoman, put the money down quickly. Chapter 20. The corner of Catwoman's mouth twitched. It's damn Batman. I'm afraid you are sick. Whoosh. Batman opened the bat cloak behind him, flew down from the 3rd floor, and attacked Catwoman without hesitation. Catwoman fought dozens of moves, but there was still a gap with Batman, who was proficient in more than 100 fighting techniques, and gradually lost, and retreated to warehouse. Lin Mo saw Catwoman rushing in and smiled. Your conscience found out. The corners of Catwoman's mouth twitched. There's a big bat outside the door. Whoosh. A Batman crouched on the wall, lowered his voice. Lin, you're a good man, don't go with Catwoman. Apparently, Bruce Wayne noticed him too. Lin Mo shook his head. She has always wanted to pull me into the water. Even if she is seduced by beauty, I will not be moved. Batman glanced at Catwoman, regretfully said, "Why is this beautiful woman a thief? It is necessary to be interested in money, it is all a number." Lin Mo. Money ability people really have no interest in money. Apparently Batman has something to do with Catwoman. Lin Mo took a few steps, holding Catwoman's waist. "Don't worry, I will use my heart to influence her." Catwoman is numb. Batman instantly felt that Lin Mo was not a good person. He frowned. "Lin, you don't have the right to enforce the law, this is against the rules." Lin Mo shrugged. "Actually, I came here to persuade them not to sell drugs anymore. Who knew that if they didn't agree with each other, they would beat me? Look, my clothes were spattered with blood." Batman looked at the swaying members of the U Kingdom, and the corners of his mouth twitched. "The clothes are splashed with blood, so your loss is quite big." Catwoman knocked off Lin Mo's hand holding her waist. "You vigilantes continue to discuss, I have to withdraw first." Batman frowned. "Selina, you should be locked up in Blackgate Prison." He jumped off the fence and charged at Catwoman. Lin Mo pulled Catwoman back and punched Batman. Boom. Batman's heart tightened, the opponent's fist was so hard. Naturally, Lin Mo would not let go of fighting with the fighting master, and the two fought back and forth. Boom. Drink. Lin Mo's fists are windy, and Batman is proficient in more than 100 fighting techniques. He is a character who has shot many masters to death on the beach, so he is naturally difficult to deal with. Catwoman wanted to run away with the money bag, but was stared at by the two of them, and said bitterly, "Bastard, you better die together." She has sensitive ears, and has already heard the sound of sirens in the distance. She glanced at the money bag and ran away over the wall. Lin Mo touched his pocket. "Damn, the more than 1,000 United States dollars I earned from setting up a stall today was stolen by Catwoman." Batman touched it. "My bat's flying darts. They cost 30,000 United States dollars." Lin Mo was speechless. Sure enough, he had the ability, and the bat flying darts used in the pretend was actually 30,000 United States dollars. The siren is getting louder. "You fight well, let's compete next time." Batman raised his hand, the grapple flew out, and he went straight to the roof. Lin Mo is a little envious. The rich really rely on technology. He took out his bat's flying darts to admire. The material is very good, the polishing is very good, not bad. Catwoman screamed in the distance. Although she stole more than 1,000 United States dollars from Lin Mo, the flying darts on her body were taken out. "Lin, I'm not finished with you." Bruce Wayne, who was hiding on the roof in the distance, shook his hands, frowned and said, "This Lin's fist is really hard, I will wear gloves next time." Batman is like this, you can fight him, but don't ask him to fight, this guy will study opponents, change equipment. Stab. The police car flicked to a stop, Jill got off. "Lin, where are the drugs?" Lin Mo took Jill into the warehouse and smashed the floor tiles with one foot. "Here it is." Jill saw that there were not only more than 10 kilograms of drugs in it, but also heavy weapons like AK. "Don't be so reckless next time, if you have any news, let me know first." Lin Mo put his arms around her shoulders. "You've done a great job again, and your promotion to inspector is just around the corner. How are you going to thank me?" Jill knocked off his hand and grabbed the flying darts from his waist. "How do you have this?" Lin Mo laughed. "Catwoman's token of love." Jill snorted. "Confiscated. You are jealous, don't worry, my heart is still with you." Lin Mo looked Jill up and down. "This figure, I love it." Jill throws flying darts to Lin Mo. "Scumbag, you will be sent to prison by a woman sooner or later." Lin Mo raised her chin. "If I can choose, I hope that person is you." Jill. She looked at a bag of USD. "You are poor enough to set up a stall, why don't you be greedy for the money?" Lin Mo shook his head. "Money is just a number to me." Jill pooed. "Almost forgot, you are still a financial genius, why don't you give me some inside information?" Lin Mo thought about it. "If I were you, buy puts on Stark Industries stock." Jill is speechless. "You printed your diploma yourself. Tony Stark has done business in the Middle East and Afghanistan. Buy it down, when I have a lot of money. My old lady only has $5,000 a month, and double salary at the end of the year. I advise you to be kind." Quote. Lin Mo shrugged her shoulders. The beautiful police detective obviously wouldn't know that Iron Man had to stay in the cold kiln for several months. Soon, the police detective came in and took all the people in evidence here back. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.